beautiful. Today I'm doing a video that I thought about for weeks actually. We will proceed from the number 10 to number 1. If I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palette from high brand, which palette I will keep, and I prepared a ranking. So let's start with the number 10, and the number 10 is the Petit Pro Soleil from Viscerato, and this is how the palette looks like. This is the small 8-palm palette from Viscerato. This is a really colorful palette, but it's easily portable because you have also 3 colors that are quite easily to blend with and to smooth down a too colorful look. So this color in here, they don't have a name, so this one is my most loved color of the palette, and there's this bright pinky plummy lilac look eyeshadow, and also the yellow one is really nice because it's pigmented, but it's not too bright for me to work with. And also this red one, this is not too red for me, so I really like this palette. And this will be my lonely palette kept from Viscerato if I could only keep 10 palettes. Next one, you have never seen a video about, but it's one of the palettes I use the most when I'm out on vacation, because it's small but it's very pretty. And this is the Dior Backstage Eye Palette number 2, Cool Neutral, and that's the palette. It's a really easy to work with palette. You could create a very smooth, blended and not too crazy obviously look, but I really love this lilac color. This is called lilac, it's a shimmer one, and also this brown here, the this is Sculpting Power Ombre. Oh, it's the perfect color for my skin tone, to put it into the crease, to blend the eyeshadow together, but also this matte plum, and there is also this shimmer purple. Okay, this is the shimmer, and this is the shimmer, sorry. And this is the matte plum. They are really color that I'm used to work with without any issue, and they are so creamy, they are so beautiful. All this palette from the Dior Backstage line are really good in terms of quality. I love this one the most for the tones, but also the other ones are really good. Next one, this one has been in my November or December palette of the month, I don't remember. This is a Nars palette, and this is the Man Ray palette. This was a limited edition, so you will not be able to buy it, but this one of the best palettes made by Nars for me, both for the color story. You have neutrals, you have a pop of blue, green and plum, red and gold. Sorry. You see, they are really pigmented, and they are very creamy. Okay, just wait, because I pick it up a little bit too poor color. Okay, this is a very great palette. Quality wise, this is one of the best palettes from Nars from my point of view, and this is one of the palettes that I love the most because you can do a neutral look, a nude look, or a little bit more jeweled tone look. It's a very nice palette, and this one number 7 for me. Then 8. Sorry. This is a very lovely palette. Number 7. Okay, this is difficult for me because I've just switched up to palette. The number 7 is I moved it to the number 6. I decided to move this a little bit back, and this is maybe it's not really high end, but it's quite high price. So this is the side by side nude palette from Nabla, and this is a very cool palette. This is a cool palette both for the color inside that most of them are quite cool, but also because you can create so many different looks with this palette, and the quality is very high. So this one will for sure come with me in my 10 palettes. I'm in love with the Love Rituals, that this one, and this gray in here, they are so cubism. They are so beautiful, and they are not so common as color. You will not find this kind of gray in so many palettes, so I think this should be a good choice to keep if I have to keep only 10 palettes. Next one. This has not been loved so much in the community, but for me it's one of the most beautiful palettes made by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the collaboration with Carli Bybel. I do not follow Carli Bybel actually, not so much at least, but this palette for me is the perfect palette. You have this brown that I think suits the wall skin tone. Let me say, this is a very beautiful, at least the lightest one, obviously not the darkest skin tone. It will not be so dark, but this is a very beautiful. The quality of the shadow is incredible. I love all of them. I've used all of them, and this row, look, these are the first 4. They are great. Look at the light, they reflect so much. This is a very lovely palette. You have you can do a lot of looks with this one without using anything else. Maybe a very dark brown or black is missing, but since I used to finish my look with a black coal, this is not an issue for me. And in addition, there is the black eyeshadow is a very difficult color for me to work with because it's black. This is one of the palettes I love the most from ABH, and this is the only one palette from ABH that I would save. I don't know why it has not been so much loved, but it's very beautiful for me. Okay, we are at the 5 now. Number 5, this also has been difficult actually, but number 5 is the Metropolis palette from Natasha Denona. This palette, even though it has a lot of colors that are not my typical cup of tea, is a very versatile palette. I love the look of the palette. I love how these colors perform. They are really great. So let's take some different shadow. Look, This is these are quite similar with the Nars one, so it's a very beautiful palette. This is a very great shadow, and since it does not have any pinky color, it's a little bit different from all the other palettes we have seen up to now. Next one, number 4, and we are quite ready to the end. So number 4 will be one of the palette I have now in the palette of the month, and this is the Mercury Retrograde from Huda Beauty. This is one of the best palette from Huda. You have pink, you have brown, you have gold, you have this is called, it's a turquoise green, maybe, I don't know how to call this color. You have blue tones, lavender tones. This is a very beautiful palette for me. This is one of my most loved eyeshadow in the palette. This is a plummy violet metallic one. This is a very good palette. I love the tones of this palette. I love how the color perform. The only color that is not so great is this plummy in the corner, that's called Vortex. This is the only color that is working a little bit less good, instead of all the other are very good quality. Next one, I think this one, number 3. So we are on the lowest stair of the podium. Is podium English? I don't know. This is Italian for sure, but I'm not sure how it's called in English. However, I'm not sure if this palette can be is available in any online shop or not, but this is the Nude Pop from Canon EOS. This palette is very beautiful. The quality, this is my only palette from Canon EOS, and this is very nice. Take a look on how much I use this shadow. This shadow is called Masterpiece. This is very nice, and this one also look. But also look at this. This one is one of the most difficult color to have a really good payoff, and you know why? Because plum pigment is very difficult to work with. This is a great palette, and also this one, great. This is a very great palette. I don't think you will see anyone using this one, but let me say, if you have the possibility to try any palette from Canon EOS, I think that will be a great opportunity to try the brand, and you will not be unsatisfied for sure. Okay, number 2, it's quite hot now, so are you guessing which palette could be on number 2 for me? I don't think so, because you have never seen this palette on my channel, but I've used so much, and this was a very difficult choice, because first place and second place are the 2 palettes I love the most in all my collection. So this one is the Pat McGrath Celestial Divine Mothership Mega that was released for last year Christmas, and this palette is made of 18 shadows, a small pan, quite smaller pan than the usual pan from Pat McGrath, but this is very nice. If I remember well, the first 6 colors, these 2 rows, were already being released under the Star Wars collection, but I'm not sure if the raw are used to or not. However, I haven't that collection, so these colors are all new for me, and the palette is so nice. It's so difficult to keep this palette open because they are the two sides are connected by this one. However, I'll try to show some of the color, just picking them up randomly. This is huge. It's a and the price was so the prices was not low, but it was so low compared to usual Pat McGrath price. So if you have the opportunity, buy this one. This is a very beautiful, great palette. Also, you don't have so many matte color. Let me count them: 1, 2, 3 color only, but you will be in the position to do so many different looks with Pat McGrath quality. So for me it's a very good palette. I was not sure if that one should have been placed at the first place or not, but let me say that I think the palette at the first place, yes, she is my most loved one, and I think you should know which one is, and this is the Love palette from Natasha Denona. This palette is so beautiful. Look, I love it. I love this silver color, I love this plummy one, I love this lilac one, I also love this cherry matte color. Look, this is it's the perfect palette for me. The quality is so nice, the shadow, the color range, how the palette is arranged, it's very beautiful. Quality is the usual Natasha Denona quality, maybe a little bit better also. So I really love this palette, and if you love a pinky plummy color, this palette should be yours. Okay, just few other words. It was very difficult for me to choose how to rank the last 5 palette, actually, from the Metropolis one to the Love one. Love palette and Celestial Divine should have been for sure at the top of my ranking, but how to arrange position the Mercury Huda, Huda Beauty, the Kevin O'Connor, the Metropolis, and also the Carli Bybel. The Carli Bybel is very beautiful for me. I love every look I did with them. Okay, on my highs today, just a few more words and we are done. On my highs I have the Hood shadow from Huda Size. This is the palette. I hadn't filmed the look because it's very easy. However, I will just show you how the color looks like. Look, the palette is very beautiful, and the shadows are performing quite well. What I've noticed for all the palette from Huda Size, that the glittery shade are falling after a while under the eye, but that's not an issue for me. On the lips I have the Melted Matte Gingerbread Man. This was released 2 years ago, I think, and that one I love this color. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and see you soon. Bye girls, boys.